Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Christine Vergara, and I'm going to report about the different monuments of Jose Rizal around the world. Rizal's monument in Madrid, Spain. Madre España, of course, should have the monument of her Philippine son. Rizal stayed in Madrid for most of his European sojourn from 1882 to 1891. He arrived in Madrid for the first time in May 1882 after his medical studies at University of Santo Tomas. In his diary, he wrote, "Madrid is one of the pleasant cities of the world. It partakes at the same time of the spirit of Europe and of the Orient." He did literary, artistic, and patriotic pursuits despite the many attractions and joyous sounds of Madrid. A statue of the Philippine martyr and national hero stands in a prominent, well-traveled part of the Spanish capital. The Rizal Monument is located in a well-lighted and landscaped 70-meter corner lot in Parques Santander along Avenida de Filipinas in downtown Madrid. The monument, similar to that in Luneta, has a 4-meter-high bronze statue sculpted by Filipino artist Laurenti Caido. It was unveiled on December 5, 1996. The statue is placed beside the monument of the South American hero Simon Bolivar. Rizal's monument in Singapore. The first of Rizal's many visits to foreign lands was a 2-day stopover in Singapore in 1882. He toured the island by carriage, visiting sites such as the Raffles statue, the botanical gardens, temples, markets, and a school. He was impressed by the city's greenery and noted that its population seemed assured of their rights. However, he found the city less attractive in 1887 and observed in 1891 and 1896 how much it had changed. In 1896, Rizal's friend urged him to save himself by remaining in Singapore, but Rizal chose to trust that the Philippine Governor-General would not arrest him and was determined not to be a fugitive. He was subsequently arrested and put on a ship bound for Manila. On that final voyage home, Rizal was shackled and not allowed to leave the ship. While the ship was docked in Singapore, his supporters, including Charles Burton Buckley, attempted to secure his release at the Supreme Court but were unsuccessful. In 2008, on the anniversary of Rizal's birth, then President Nathan of Singapore and the Philippine Education Minister Jasly Lapus unveiled a memorial near the Asian Civilization Museum featuring a bronze medallion of Rizal by a Filipino artist, Fabian de la Rosa and Guillermo Tolentino, to commemorate his various sojourns in the city. Rizal's monument in Hong Kong. On February 3, 1888, Rizal left Manila for Hong Kong. This was where he served himself in post exiled in 1888. From December 1891 to June 1892, he lived with his family at number 5 de Aguilar Street, number 2 Red Naxela Terrace, where he opened a medical clinic as an ophthalmic surgeon. This site has a marker installed by Hong Kong Antiquities and Monuments Office. It reads in English and Chinese. Dr. Jose Rizal, 1861 to 1896. national hero of the Philippines, lived in this area with his family from December 1891 to 1892. Rizal's monument in Japan. One of the happiest interludes in Rizal's life was his sojourn in the land of the cherry blossom for 45 days from February 28 to April 13, 1888. On February 18, 1888, Rizal arrived in Yokohama and registered at the Grand Tokyo Hotel. He proceeded the next day to Tokyo Hotel, where he was billeted from March 2 to 7, and then transferred to the Spanish legation. He immediately worked on learning the habits of customs and tradition of the Japanese people, their culture, language, theater, and commerce. He was charmed by the natural beauty of Japan, the manners of the Japanese people, the picturesque dress and simple charm of the Japanese women, the scenic panoramas and shrines and industry of the Japanese people. He also fell in love with a Japanese girl whose loveliness infused joy and romance in his sorrowing heart. Her real name was Seiko Usui. Hibiya Park is the first Western-style park in Japan located on a tranquil corner of the busy city in Ginza, which opened in 1903. A bust of Rizal was erected on the site of the Grand Hotel where he stayed in 1888. The marker reads, Dr. Jose Rizal, National Hero of the Philippines, stayed in 1888 at Tokyo Hotel. Rizal's Monument Park in Germany. The high point of any visit to Wilhelmsfeld has to be a tour of Rizal Park. It is nestled in a picturesque setting, rolling steep hills bound and dominated by pristine forests amid bucolic surroundings. Standing at the center of Rizal Park is a larger-than-life bronze statue showing Rizal with a keel in his right hand touching his face, slightly in deep thought with a far gaze. In front of the well-manicured park and cobblestone lawn is a statue with mini fountain and three man-made islets, while nearby is a concrete and wood bench canopied by huge ancient trees, half bare, welcoming the coming of winter. Rizal's statue, created by Filipino sculptor Anastasio Caido, was unveiled on September 2, 1978. In naming a plaza for our national hero in Wilhelmsfeld, the people of Heidelberg was honoring the memory of a man of letters and science who, with courage and generosity and brotherhood, struggled until death for the moral and intellectual advancement of his people. Rizal's Monument in Canada. Presented to the Ville de Montreal by the Philippine government to celebrate the centenary of the proclamation of independence of the Republic of the Philippines, the monument stands in Park Mackenzie King. A pathway made of granite flagstones lead to it from Chemin de la Côte Sainte Catherine. The waist-length bronze bust without arms is presented on a granite pedestal, itself sitting in the center of a granite base. On the pedestal is engraved a text in French, English, and Tagalog, commemorating the important role played by Dr. Jose P. Rizal in the liberation of his country from colonial grasp. The bust in Montreal is one of 24 busts of Rizal cast by the artist, which were offered to various cities around the world. Rizal's Monument in Australia. This large bronze bust of Dr. Jose Protasio Rizal on a striated sandstone plinth is located in Plaza Iberoamericana on Chalmers Street and faces east toward the Sydney Dental Hospital. Dr. Protasio wears a collared coat over a collared shirt and a frilly tie. The bust of Rizal occupies the entire base of the plinth. It is one of a series of busts of famous Latin American heroes on display in Plaza Iberoamericana, commemorating the contribution of Spanish and Portuguese-speaking people to the history of Australia. The bust was a gift to the city of Sydney from John Holland from Philippines in 1995. Rizal's other monuments will be continued by Mr. Henry Sabandal. Thank you.